We now know the times and the TV locations of the 2026 NASCAR schedule. And we also have some notes on the trial between NASCAR 2311 Front Row Motorsports. Let's start with the trial stuff. I want to get that over with. So, Bob Parker said nothing too huge out of court today. There were some court hearings today and just kind of prepping for the trial December 1st. He said that the trial will start December 1st. Both sides think trial can be done in 10 days. They will pick 9 for jury first morning, 6 plus 3 alternates. Among 30 to 35 witnesses will be potentially 8 from other teams. No progress towards settling. So it seems like this is happening. This is indeed happening. This is going to court. We will have witnesses. We will have the judge saying order in the court. We will have objections and all that fun stuff that you see on TV. Though I don't know if it's actually going to be that way because I don't know if real court works that way. Anywho, that's really it on that front. On to the schedule. So we already know the 2026 NASCAR schedule, but we now know the broadcast designations along with the start times. Some of them are just traditional, normal, like the Daytona 500s at 2:30 on Fox. It's pretty normal. So, yeah. Let's look for any notables, anything that stands out, anything that seems significantly different, or anything that's new, like Chicagoland, North Wilkesboro. You're going to want to know those times. Everything looks pretty normal through the first part of the schedule. Vegas might be a little bit later. I think it's like 1 p.m. as opposed to noon, which it traditionally has. And we'll talk about the fall date here in a minute. But everything else, 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 2:30 p.m., 3:30 p.m., like everything's pretty normal through the first third of the schedule. Charlotte, night race, obviously. Nashville, once again, is going to be a night race. San Diego, the first ever race at the Naval Base Coronado. That will be a 4 p.m. Eastern start, meaning it's a 1 p.m. local start in San Diego. Obviously, I don't think that track's going to have light, so the earlier the start, the better after what we dealt with in Chicago with the weather. But 4 p.m. start, that will be on Amazon Prime. First ever San Diego race, Prime Video, 4 p.m. Eastern. Chicagoland Speedway will be on TNT. That will be a night race, 6 p.m. at night. I guess that will be a 5 p.m. local start. That is on July 5th. And then almost the entire TNT slate is a night race, with the exception of Sonoma and Indy. It's going to be Chicago's at night, Atlanta's at night, and North Wilkesboro. The first points race for North Wilkesboro will be a night race. It will be a 7 p.m. Eastern start. Vegas, once again, in the fall is going to be a later start time, just like this year. Traditionally held around noon start, or like the spring race, it's going to be about a 1 p.m. local start. So this will actually be a 2:30 local start, just like this year in the fall race. And the championship race, presumably, whatever we're going to call that, 3 p.m. Eastern. They do put on their little note sheet, the last 10 races are still identified as the playoffs. I would not buy too much into that, overreact to that. Technically, nothing has been announced in terms of a change, so NASCAR is business as usual. We're going to presume that this is the same next year as of this moment. We know it's changing, but let's talk about it as if it's the format we have right now. So don't buy too much into that. I don't think it's worth getting angry over. It's just, as opposed to stirring things up by going the other way and not showing anything. Anyways, then the other big note was that there was a network Big Fox race added. This past year, we only had 4 on Fox, 4 on NBC, which was honestly extremely disappointing if you ask me. Well, we actually added one. So the Daytona 500 is going to be on the Big Fox. The first 3 races are going to be on the Big Fox. In fact, the Daytona 500, Atlanta, and COTA. Talladega is traditionally on the Big Fox, and another race added to the Big Fox's schedule was Kansas. Kansas on April 19th will be on the Big Fox network, the national one, the Fox. Fox, not FS1, not FS2, not Fox Sports app. Fox, the Big Fox Kansas Speedway. That race will be on the Big Fox. I think adding races to the big networks, to the networks, as opposed to the cable channels or going to the secondary channel or whatever it is, that's a much bigger pull. That's obviously going to be much bigger ratings. That's going to be a much better deal. That's going to be more eyeballs on NASCAR. So ultimately, I think that's what we all want. Outside of that, I think that's all I got. Yeah. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one. We're going to be watching some supercars together on Friday and Saturday night. That should be fun.